Well, another Friday. This is week 30. I think this is Friday the 18th, I think. But I just know it's week 30. We're finally made it week 30. Apparently, you can tell we're... excuse me. We're still in the week of October. Welcome to another Friday. Lovely fall Friday morning. The sun is starting to get to where I can't sit at the kitchen table between 1 and 3, but usually we're not home anyway. It's just the sun's it beats in that window. Yeah, it blinds me, or then it makes me sweat because I'm so close to it. It gets quite update on things. Cause lately I've been doing updates on things while I do the garden video. Update. They get the AC unit hooked up and the heat and AC pump hooked up except the wiring. We still got to get the stove out of the shed. I'm giving my father-in-law this weekend. Probably not, because the owner wants to look at the shed. We talked yesterday. I told him, in my opinion, it's probably going to need to be torn down. The whole floor is rotted out. I don't know if I showed you in the goodbye video or not. But all vehicles are still the same. Nothing's changed. We might have a battery for the Dodge and possibly a battery for the van used. I'm trying to get them to run the white car this weekend, so that battery doesn't go kaplooey. I still got lawn motors to winterize. If we do any winter cold starts, it'd probably be on the MTD, because the push mowers, unfortunately, they're going to have to get stored underneath the trailer for the winter. No, I have not cut our grass yet. I'm trying not to. I mean, it's not like it's high, and you could tell it's starting to die off. There's the Murray. Gets the garden in just a second. And think on that. Yep. Was supposed to cut grass at the shop this week, but unfortunately they along Route 207, they tearing it up, putting lines in or something, and I thought they were just doing that section. No, they did all the way from Route 2 and Bowling Green down the main drag of where Food Lion is, and then they hit 207. I thought they were just doing that section. No, they're going to end up coming up this way on, 207 going is that way. So probably by maybe the end of the week, they should be right up here. I wonder if they're going to turn on Ladysmith Road or just keep on going towards Carmel Church. Alright, well, enough small talk. Garden is actually doing well. We're not getting nothing. Like I said, tomatoes are not red turning. The garden is just kind of like not doing anything. Well, like I said, I'm not watering it. This stuff's getting bigger. Watermelon's still intact and it's getting bigger. It's not producing none. I think, for one, it's not getting enough water, and it's only dipping into the 40s at night. I think tonight or tomorrow night we're supposed to hit 40 on the nose for a split, maybe 40 minutes to an hour, about an hour-ish, roughly. It should warm up more once the sun gets above the trees. As you can see, they still haven't done our fields yet. If you're just tuning in, we'll explain. The garden has changed within the last 2 months. If you're just tuning in, this is my garden. We've been doing this series on the channel since 2021, so we've been doing it for 4 years. This year, I thought about not doing it, just because last year, this year, we've always been successful of doing it, but this year I thought we were doing great, until Mother Nature decided to put a heat dome over us, which caused the grass to get in it, because with the heat dome, I couldn't get out here to do it. Every time when I would try to, it was just too dang hot. Alright. So, I'm pretty sure this was cucumbers in this area here. They got dug up and ended up dying. I thought I could save it. Wrong. I kept having tomatoes growing, so the garden got kind of tight. Green beans used to be right here, and then I had a tomato plant there, 2 actually there, and then we had a tomato plant here, and along here was the corn. Tomato plant, tomato plant, tomato plant, tomato plant, and then my pepper plant from last year. It died during the heat dome, and I was watering it, and I don't know if it was getting enough water just because it was being so hot. I'd say even the grass got kind of high, but that got high because I ran out of gas, I think. Or the tractor broke. I know what, the tractor, I think, broke down because of the tire. So I should have just sucked it up and done it by the push mower, so it wouldn't have been so bad, but I didn't do it. So yeah, it got kind of tight. But next year I'll put my tomato plants in a row, and if they come up, randomly, I'll just pull them out. That one I planted, that was the big ones you get at the grocery store, which it didn't produce much. That's the one that produced the most. These two is the one who produced the most, and they're random from already being here. That grew, I don't know why they grew over there. All the tomato plants were in this area, not over there, unless the animals. Last year at King's Dominion, in front of the, gotta get in the sun, it's gonna get cold. In front of the Ferris wheel, there was a tomato plant. Probably got pulled out. I mentioned to the wife, we need to go get a cup of water. I want to take it home, put it in where it belongs, but unfortunately we never got that far. That light actually works. It's that light. That one doesn't. I guess we'll go check on things. In first year that we were here, the garden was up in this area somewhere. I mean, just over time, yeah, I'm gonna have to go over there and fix that. Over time, the dirt and grasses kind of made it push in. Yeah, I'm standing where it was. Yeah, I was like in this vicinity because our own landlord had a garden. Well, I don't know why he couldn't have it where he lived. He had to have it here. But anyways, yeah. Well, then I ended up taking care of it. And I should have told him just to leave it. So he came over and just cut everything down. See, now this is supposed to stay down like this. But, I mean, it's not like it's going to rain. Things that don't make sense sometimes. You wonder how things happen and things get stuck together, and you're just, why is that stuck together like that? I don't know. Trying not to destroy this too much, because once I put these under there, see, I don't have the skirting on very well. I want to take it back off, like up in here, maybe try to dunk these 3 in there, and then I'll go ahead and put this back together correctly. And what I might do is I might take these panels apart, get those hinges off before they get too rusty. Go ahead and just take this all apart and use these. Maybe you guys can comment down below if you think it's a bad idea. Yeah, it's starting to rot. Use these, including that piece. But you thought about doing this previous years. We'll take that and maybe some blocks of wood, except that block, because that's my what I used to hold the motor up with. Not to get sidetracked, but I'm planning on taking these cinder blocks. I'm going to have to steal another one from over there. These ones here. And jack up the tractor and put those underneath the tires so they're not sitting on the ground. I have a feeling we might end up losing the front tires over winter. But anyways, I'm just thinking about taking those black things and putting them and covering the garden up. I'll probably end up can't use those. Just covering, actually that one whole piece might do the whole thing. That way during the winter, the grass can just go away. I was going to till it, but that's going to be a pain in the butt in the spring. Because I'm going to have to pull that, stuff down quite a few times. In the spring, I'm going to have to open it up to get the tiller out, because I shoved that underneath there. Because we're trying to get stuff cleaned out of these vehicles, especially this. We just put more stuff in it from the shed, because I know he wants to do something with this before winter, but I don't think that's going to happen. He wants to get that over to the shop, so we can get that on the road. So we're playing our car. We need to get rid of. We need to get rid of this. I mean, it would have been nice to get it, but it needs to go. I'd say you just get rid of these 2, or actually these 3. Get himself a little beater car. Then they have his Tahoe, the Dodge, and the beater car. Kind of like my Fusion. Well, anyways, that's going to do it for this week's video, an update. Yeah, comment down below if you think I should do that. I'll probably end up just doing it anyway. I'll just have to find something to hold it down. I end up using my snails. And then they got a bunch of these little bricks here, so we could possibly use those. Make sure that's not leaking. Spigot. Probably end up using those to cover it, and so first night that we get the frost, I'll pull out the rest of the cages, pull out the tomato plants, all the plants, and I'll invest them in the composter, and then I'll put that. But see, granted, the lawnmowers have to go underneath first. Reason why I haven't done it yet was because the Murray, my two lawnmowers that I have here need to be winterized first. As in, I got to drain the fuel out of it and make sure they got oil in it, and then they can go up underneath. Because once they go underneath, I ain't cutting anymore. And like I said, the tractor, I don't know what I want to do yet. I want to try to do a winter cold start on that Seafield Stout. You know how it would do in the cold. So, thank you for watching. If you have a comment, please leave one. Thanks for watching.